Okay, so we should be live now. Just give it a second while I move stuff around on my desk. But it says we're receiving content, so that is a good sign. And everything seems to be alright with XSplit, so there you go. Hello, and welcome to another live show again. Like I said, I try and get a couple more of these in as and when I could, and it turns out I sort of can today. Again, Amy's at the gym, so taking this opportunity to do some painting. Working on some Skitari today, as I have done in the past on live shows. Oh dear, that wasn't supposed to bend. That's fine. Excuse me. So I'm working on the metallics today. What I will do is I'll show you one that I have finished. And I will obviously get this to focus. Okay, there you go. That is one I've finished already. He is all ready for the tabletop, so to speak. Apart from this one chord, wasn't sure I was going to do that yet, so I haven't painted stuff I don't know how I want to paint yet. But that's the basic look. I'm particularly pleased with the lenses. I think they've come out really nicely. But that is what I'm working on today, basically. And probably just the metallics, to be honest with you. Get those down, see where I can go with them. But yep, just painting metallics and having a bit of a chit chat with whoever turns up. Excuse me. Gross. Okay, apologies for being really quiet there. I just had a housemate on the toilet and I didn't want to make too much noise. A, to have them think I was weird talking to myself, and B, I was trying to periodically mute the microphone just in case there was any spillover of sound. So, base coating the metallics in lead belcher, the classic GW metallic. Hello Stu, how are you doing? I am okay. As the title suggests, I've got exams, so procrastination level is high. But I'm just cracking on, doing a bit of not exam stuff so I can, keep whatever sanity I do have left. I hope you're doing well, to be fair. I hope everything is alright your end. Do you know what? Need a bigger brush. I mean, the main reason I'm painting up these Skitari today is because I've kind of run out of stuff that doesn't need airbrushing at the moment, apart from my Skitari and Ashen Circle. But I'm not sort of like piling in on the Ashen Circle just yet, because they're fiddly, and I didn't want to do a fiddly model on a live stream because I knew that I'd cock it up basically. So instead, I picked a fiddly model. Yes, you're right. Everyone does need a break, Stu. But yeah, no, and that is a fair point actually. And I am enjoying a break, so I am indeed. And my first one is a week today, incidentally, my first exam. So that's really exciting, obviously. Everyone's super pleased. I'm really looking forward to it, obviously. Who doesn't look forward to exams? This guy. So it'd be nice to have them out of the way and be sort of back on 100 miles an hour with the hobby. I am actually going away to the south of France for a week right after I finish my exams. So what I'll try and do is make sure I've got some backlogged content just in case, because I don't want to leave you contentless. So that'll probably be yeah, you'll probably get 1 or 2 videos while I'm on holiday. Obviously the video schedule has been very sporadic of late anyway, so if anything you'll get more consistent content, but I will be slower to reply to things, unfortunately, with the whole sort of being in another country thing. As you can expect, I probably won't be perusing as much YouTube as I normally do. That doesn't mean I won't do any. I probably will still watch videos and stuff, but a bit less. Oh, hello Mike from Crew Orange Silicus. Am I revising Skitarii? I suppose I'm maybe reviving some Skitarii, but am I revising the actual Skitarii? I'd like to be able to say yes. Realistically, I'm gonna have to say no. I can't even put an economic spin on them, to be honest. They're machines. They're efficient. I'm making sure I know all about output productivity and stuff like that. Maybe, I don't know. Even that might be a bit far from me, and I'm quite good at making stuff up. It's how I do most of my exams. No, I joke. I actually do try. What are we all up to in the stream then? Anyone doing anything nice and fun, or is it sort of got yourself a lunch break kind of thing? So I'd be interested to hear. Ooh. Just laying down this lead belcher, like I said, very, very basic. And because they've got metal hands and everything, I don't have to be too careful. Just don't hit the sort of the clothy parts, and I'm all good to go. Just had these guys sat around like in this stage of blue for ages. And although I'm not mega keen on how it's turned out, I do like it. Don't get me wrong. I'm pleased with the techniques. It's just not what I think Skitarii should look like in my head now that I'm painting them. I'm going to see it through. We're going to make a nice little kill team at the very least. And what with the new indexes, an interesting change of name. Who knows? It might be that having some Skitarii and a small Death Watch and stuff like that is a nice way to play. So we will see. I'm sure it will be more advantageous to have larger armies of the single count thing. But yeah, Stu says he's finally taken the plunge with 30 and 40k now that a new edition is out, and that's really good to hear. Obviously I love 7th. There are elements I really dislike, but most of them can be avoided if we have Harry and I have one simple rule that we live by, we hobby by, and it's quite simply don't be a dick about it. If everyone took that approach, 7th wouldn't have been as savage as it was. Don't be a dick about it. It's quite a simple notion. One is to not be a dick about whatever it is that one is doing, and that was easily the best rule that we implemented in our 7th ed. But with 8th ed, I'm hoping that it kind of even takes away those kind of nasty win at all cost players. That's kind of what I want from 8th. Is a more relaxed gaming environment, a bit more fun, basically, instead of people stressing out over combinations and getting horrible and shouty with their opponents and stuff like that. I know it doesn't happen all the time, but it can happen, and any opportunity at reducing the probability of that happening would be cool. Which what lot of chaps have you got for your Iron Warriors, Stu? Is it Mark 3, Mark 4, or are they just 40k stuff that you'll be using in 30k? I gotta say, one thing I do love about this is they've got like the 6-shot barrel revolver style thing going on, and I'm a big fan of that. I've seen enough westerns to know that it's pretty damn cool. I've got to say, I'm surprised we haven't seen more westerns like you know how they're going back and they're doing the Alien and stuff like that, and they're bringing back those old film styles like with Star Wars as well. I'm surprised we haven't seen more sort of cowboy and Indian Wild West kind of ones. I don't know, maybe that's just me sort of thinking that. I know there have been some good ones, don't get me wrong. I mean, I really liked the new Magnificent Seven. That was unbelievably good. But I'm just surprised there haven't been more, that's all. Ah, the sound of the seaside, just outside. A seagull complaining about something. I assume it's a seagull anyway. Oh, these guys are tiring. In a good way, no, in a bad way. But they'll look alright when they're done. They'll look alright when they're done. It's just a case of catching up through some loose ends while I'm on these streams, basically. It's not a project I'm super enthused by at the moment, but if I don't get them done, they'll sit around forever. So these streams are a good way of me cracking through stuff I'm not super keen on painting. Not that I don't think they're cool models and that, I've lost steam in the project, if you like, and not because of a new edition of 40k or anything like that. It's I lost steam a short while ago, to be fair. It just stopped enthralling me. Like, there was a period where I was just like, oh yes, Skitarii, all in, let's go, let's write some lists, let's do some cool things. But it quickly petered out when I realised how much stuff I'd actually need to buy, pretty much. That'd be really cool, actually. So doing like almost like a time lapse, if you like. These are the dudes that. Well, that's that guy. That's that guy. I think that's really cool. I'm excited to see what you do with that. Oh, I need a smaller brush for that part. In the meantime. Yeah, I mean, I had thought about doing. Funnily enough, Iron Warriors were the 130k, the 40k chaos. I was kind of thinking about starting, but I'm kind of trying to put stuff on hold in that respect because I'm just so grabbed by 30k at the moment that if I collect another army, it's probably going to be something like that, or Age of Sigmar actually, because I had a game recently and I really enjoyed it. And so it's very likely that I won't be collecting another 40k army until the new box set, and then they'll just be supplements to what I do have, and I'll probably end up selling the Nurgle stuff, the Death Guard bits, just because I don't need it. I'm sure I would want it, but I don't really have an immediate use. I've got two ideas to do with the Primaris. Oh yeah, Mark 3 is perfect for Iron Warriors. I was going to say, if you did have Mark 3, that would be an absolute win, because I think it really suits them. But yeah, so these Primaris Marines, I think they look really cool. I do want some, obviously. I have a plastic crack addiction, so. And yeah, so I got two options in my head of what I want to do with these guys, and the first one is to incorporate them into the Dark Angels that I've got. but the more I think about it, the more I think, oh, that doesn't really fit the fluff of the Dark Angels. Even if they can take them, I presume they can, but in my mind, it doesn't suit it, because we don't like things that aren't ours. We're very secretive, you know, and I just don't think it really suits them very well. I just don't see it happening very. I don't see Dark Angels having many of them, because it's something new, something, you know, different, like a bit weird, and maybe they're not into that just yet. However, I was thinking of painting them up sort of Imperial Fisty, let's say. So painting them up as Imperial Fists, and then converting Guilliman into Rogel Dawn. Just simply replacing his flaming sword with a giant chain sword, and then also sort of carving away the ultramarine symbols and stuff like that. It was an idea that Harry and I had a little while back for his sort of 30k Imperial Fists. The Black Templars, really. But as they would be led by Sigismund, I don't think he's getting Dawn anytime soon, or a Dawn model. I know they don't have one out, but I don't think he's doing that project. And I was like, well, I really want to see it done, so maybe that's what I'll make this about. You know, maybe get some Imperial Fists on the table. As I've got an airbrush, I don't mind painting yellow now. But again, just an idea, just kind of spitballing some ideas in my own head at the moment. Trying to figure out what I want to do. Because, I mean, let's face it, I'm going to go buy it. It's almost a given. It's just a case of what I do with it. Oh, excuse me, sorry for the yawning there. It was quite loud. Oh, excuse me. Very much of the mindset, the sooner I get these Skitarii done, the sooner I can move on to something else. I just kind of want them finished off the table, and then I can decide, well, I say them finished, I just want this tiny formation finished, basically. I haven't finished building up the battle crab yet. I will do. I will finish the battle crab one day, just not yet. Right, that's most of the metallics. Yeah, I think Primaris Marines and Rogel Dawn would be really cool. I think it would really suit them. I think personally, I think Dawn should have been the leader of the Imperium anyway. I think Guilliman's a bit of a worse, and Rogel Dawn has that real level, that real air of authority around him. And I think that's what should have. I think he is who should be leading the Imperium, personally speaking. I have seen some of the Death Guard Marines. Yeah, I think they look awesome, but I don't need another army. I know I'd be painting up Marines, but I mean I can work that in. I don't have any real level of chaos, unfortunately. So I mean, if I already had a chaos collection, I'd keep them. But it's likely I'll just try and sell them, or I don't know, maybe find someone else who's got the starter set who only wants the chaos stuff, and yeah, go from there. I think that'll be good. Either way, it's unlikely I'll paint any of that Death Guard stuff. I might keep one or two of the models or something like that and sell off some of the units and keep a couple just for painting tutorials and stuff, because I'm starting to enjoy like doing a few more of those things. Actually, I'll share with you something pretty cool as well that I'll be working on for this collaborative channel that will be coming up in the future, the foreseeable future. Just a quick once over. Cool, that'll do for now. And I can show you, I suppose, a leak, if you like. Some of the Death Guard are wearing Corrupted at Mark III. Yeah, I saw that. Yeah, I thought that was really cool. I thought it was very cool. So, this is what I'm working on for a tutorial on this with this new channel that I'll be starting with a couple of YouTubers. So this is just a base that's had some green stuff popped on it. And in all honesty, that's nothing exciting. But it's part of a custom base I'll be making for the guy, and I'll basically be going through the process of painting up this base. And what I also need to do now is quickly find the thing so I can get it to focus. Focus. There we are. Ooh. So here, yep, you can see just a green stuffed base essentially. But I'm going to be trimming it round and stuff. I'm going to be cutting away at it and making cool little marks in there. But all for this chap here. That is Araman. So let me just Oh god, here we go. Move the camera without giving you all motion sickness. There he is, Araman. He's going to be my first painting tutorial. I like him because he's a really cool model. I don't have a Thousand Suns collection, but I've always wanted to paint this mini. I think he looks really awesome. And I would love to basically make a thing of it. So it's going to be slow, it's going to be steady. Obviously he's not primed just yet. He's just been pinned into this little dropper bottle full of sand, so I can stand him up like that. Wow, it looks like he's hovering. That looks really awesome. Easily distracted, I am. So he'll basically be the first ever painting tutorial for this collaboration work I'll be doing. I'm already working through some terrainy bits for that channel as well. This channel is primarily going to be for my hobby updates and so forth. So there you go. That's what I've got coming up in the in the future in terms of painting-y bits and such. There we go. Oh, Thousand Suns has some great minis for 30k and 40k. They certainly do. Like I said, I've got no real aim to invest in them, but I really do want to paint that miniature because I think he looks damn awesome. To be honest with you, I think it's a really, really cool sculpt. Whoever came up with it deserves a medal. And yeah, I kind of just want to paint him, so I decided to, or decided to start. I'm also going to do a Stormcast Liberator at some point. I've got a spare one from the Storm of Sigmar set that I don't use. He's barely painted. Oh, he's not even painted yet, to be fair. He's on the side over there. I'm going to prime him up and do the same kind of thing. You know, pin him on a base, pin him on a little stand, and do a full painting tutorial, going over a few techniques for colours. The one I got for the Thousand Suns is going to have some cool different stuff in there, actually. Hopefully, stuff that maybe hasn't been done a whole lot on YouTube. It probably has, but it's just some stuff I've read for techniques and things like that, and I thought it'd be really cool to try and do a video of it, basically. So that's not for a little while yet, to be fair, but it's something I want to work on. I'm kind of getting the itch to paint him now, but it's airbrush work to begin with. I've actually got something else I need to finish first for this first little mini series I'm doing. But you know, enough about that. Okay, one more left. Whew. Okay, I'm not insane just yet. Getting there, slowly but surely. Right, just the chap with the arc rifle remaining. Honestly, one of the coolest guns I think that the Skitarii can take. You know, pumping out rapid fire haywire from 30 inches is pretty good, or 24 inches. Sorry, it's strength 6, AP 4 or 5 or something. If not, haywire. So, Jesus, it's pretty ridiculously good. I like it. You can take 3 in a squad, so I think it's a 15-point upgrade, 15 points. So I want to do a squad of Rangers, which are the ones I'm doing at the moment with the galvanic rifles. Ideally, I'd like a squad of 10 of them with 3 arc rifles, and then a squad of 10 of the Vanguard with 3 plasma calivers. That's sort of the idea. Should I continue to grow this army at all? More sounds of the sea, lovely. Oh, bugger. Oh, there it is. Oh, it is going to include some airbrush work as well, which would be quite cool. And I've set up a special little studio just for all these painting tutorials and stuff. I say studio, it's a special little light box specifically designed to help with painting tutorials because it's going to provide some really crisp, clear camera action and painting and stuff. I'm super excited to share those with you as well. I'll probably do like a little equipment catch-up video because I haven't done one of those in a while. Okay. Stu says the Skitarii are really cool minis. If I hadn't have been such a heretic, I'd have went for them. Well, do you know what? Dark Mechanicum's a thing, so you know all you've got to do is buy the minis, paint them up a bit black or a bit chaosy. I mean, you're good at conversion work with your Nurgle stuff. I don't think anyone's going to care as long as it looks cool. You know, if you played that alongside your Death Guard or something, or your Iron Warriors, or that'd be really cool. To be fair, actually, some Iron Warrior allied Mechanicum. You know, you just say they've turned. No one's going to care. Certainly not with 8th coming around anyway, because I think that'll really bring out sort of the fluff in the players and the desire to play a narrative game. Do. That's what I didn't put any music on before I started. I was going to do that. Whoops, never mind. Probably got another like 5-10 minutes left. Won't be as long as Sundays, only because I've got other bits of work I need doing. I'll probably try and finish this Ranger off in that time. But I'm going to try and be a little more organised and have these last sort of 3 or 4 minutes. 5 to 10 minutes. Never thought of that, genius. Stu says that he would have never thought of that, genius, and it would certainly suit Iron Warriors. It really would. I think it would too. I think it'd be very cool. But sorry, I digress. So I'll use these last 5 to 10 minutes for question taking. So if you have any questions, just pop them in the chat, and I will do my best to answer them. They can be personal, they can be hobby related. I really don't mind. So you just fire away, and that'll be the last 5-10 minutes of this stream. Just a nice way to end it, I think, and I'm going to try and make that a regular thing with these streams. But yeah, I think it would really suit Iron Warriors, and I would love to see it. So there you go, you've been tasked. And you only need 10 models to run a bloody formation, just one box of models, because 2 units of 5 is enough for their Skitarii Maniple. So if you just wanted to paint the minis for the fun of it, like I am, then that would suit that opportunity very well. It's no secret as to why I've built up 5 Rangers and 5 Vanguard, because I don't necessarily want to invest entirely in this army, but I do want to vibrate like a champ. Still asks, whatever happened to the Death Army I was working on for the budget of Sigmar? Unfortunately, at the time, I was really struggling financially at university, so that kicked back any progress I made, and then I just sort of started falling out of love with it because it became a bit of a laborious task to green stuff, zombies all the time. I've got them at home. It's something I don't want to call quits and finish, but I also wasn't very pleased with the work I was doing on them. I feel like I would be better off having another crack at it, sort of from scratch, if I was going to do it. But what I did find really interesting, and what I did enjoy about the budget of Sigmar, was following other people's stuff and kind of learning a bit from it as well. I know that I can get all that stuff done in a month if I've got the time, if I sit down and paint it, because I get stuff done. I also know, however, that I find it very difficult to focus on a single project that I was kind of having to slow myself down a bit almost, and I found that quite difficult, I suppose, because I quite like attacking a project full on and just getting it done. Whereas all the conversion work, on top of the fact that it was one thing a month, and then I was like, well, I don't want to go crazy. And so I felt like I stunted my own chances with that one. But it was a really cool project, and I would love to jump in and do another thing like that. I mean, I've got a high elf army that I'm doing at the moment, which is very speed painty. I just want it done, but I'm enjoying that. I'm enjoying that it doesn't take long to get units together on the table. Had a game, really enjoyed it. I played against Destruction, predominantly Orcs and Fimir, and those Fimir are nasty pieces of work. Beautiful little models and everything, but they are really not pleasant to play against. Do you know, I don't even know if I'll get these 5 done. 4, 3, because I already had... It's, yeah, okay, never mind. I'm slow at painting these guys, obviously. They've got potential, though. They've got potential to be pretty decent. What else have I got going on at the moment? Let's see. Oh, I've finished the Death Watch that I was showing you last time I was painting on Sunday. I've actually finished them now, the pair of them. They're on the side. I'll do a showcase once I've got all the unit and the captain done, because I'll read some extracts from the book they're from, and I'll make a bit of a thing of it, maybe a nice little narrative story or something. And then I've just got to paint a Razorback for them, and then that's done. Other stuff I've got, not a whole lot, to be fair. Yeah, like I said, it was doing 10 zombies. Sorry, so Stu says, I get what you mean about the laborious conversion work, believe me. It was the fact I was doing 10 zombies and 10 zombies for the first 2 lots. I didn't really have a choice there, because that was the box I bought, that was the box I got started with. And I struggled. I really did. And my Necromancer, I wasn't pleased with him in the end, and so that really killed my motivation to like keep going. It was the first time I'd ever done green stuff work, so that was interesting. I've gotten better at it, to be fair. Not much, but a little bit. So in that respect, I did get something out of Budget of Sigmar, and that was the confidence to use green stuff. In fact, this Skitarii Vanguard, I didn't read the instructions. I just had an absolute whale of a time putting the first 5 together. I was like, oh, these are great. And then I went to the second 5 and realised that all the bodies that were supposed to go on certain legs didn't match up anymore. And so I had big sort of 2 or 3 mil gaps between bodies and legs. And had I not done the green stuff work for Budget of Sigmar, I might not have had the confidence to go in and do all that repair work. But I have, and it's actually turned out really nice, and you don't really notice it once it's all primed up and that. So so there you go. I did get the confidence of working with green stuff. Obviously, like I said, I'm working with this base at the moment. I want it to cure a bit more before I go in and do any work with it. It's had, 12 hours or so. Every now and then I'll sort of lick my thumb and just smooth out the top surface just to make sure there are no sort of serious things. Just rub it around in circle just to flatten it, basically, just to smooth it out. But it's all going to get painted and primed and stuff anyway. I think it'll look really cool. I'm very excited. And I'm going to put a little rock in there. You'll see. Honestly, you'll see. I think it'll be pretty cool. But I think that's it for now, because I'm starting to go a little bit crazy with the metallics on this Skitarii, trying to not get on the blue. But thanks ever so much for watching, guys. Just a short one today, and I'll probably do another one this week at some point, maybe on Thursday, primarily because Amy has an exam on Thursday and I'll have to do something to keep myself going. So thanks ever so much for joining me. Of course, don't forget to like and subscribe, leave those comments and stuff if you're catching up, and thank you ever so much for those who have been active in the chat. Obviously, Stu, you've kind of carried everyone here, and check out Stu's stuff, especially his orc conversions for Budget of Sigmar. They were pretty damn awesome. The Nurgle orcs, I thought they looked incredibly cool. So that's it for this video. I'll see you all in the next one. Bye bye for now.